Hello everyone, welcome to Lord's Institute of Engineering and Technology. My name is Noman Abdul Majid and I am the Associate Director of Entrepreneurship Cell and Technology and Business Incubation Center at Lord's TBI. Today I am going to take you over on a video session which is based on entrepreneurship. Let's start now. What is entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship, many of us think that it's all about doing business. It's all about making money. It's all about getting things done. But there are various ways how people look at entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is the identification, evaluation, and exploitation of opportunities, as per Shane in one of the books referred in 2011. Now, there are three elements that are very important in entrepreneurship. First of all, you have to identify the need. You have to find out where is the need and where is the want. The need is the feeling of felt deprivation. Is the society feeling the need to have a product or a services that you want to give? You have to evaluate that as the second step. Once you identify the need, then you have to evaluate. This is a process, it's not a one-time thing. Is it going to be good, bad, ugly, profitable, not profitable? That comes under evaluation. After doing that evaluation, you are going to look at that opportunity and you are going to exploit that opportunity. Once you exploit the opportunity, then you are in the business of doing things. That is what entrepreneurship in a single line definition. In order not to confuse, there are three things: identification, evaluation, and exploitation of opportunities. That is what is entrepreneurship. Now, in the 20th century phenomenon, the word entrepreneur originates from a 13th century French verb, which is entreprendre. Entreprendre meaning to do something. Entreprendre is to do something. So entrepreneurs always think about doing something new. They are creative and they are innovative. Let us take the example of Marco Polo. Okay, so Marco Polo established routes to the Far East. He demonstrated risk-taking behavior and he globe-trotted the world, and he came up with something which is very well known in the history books. You know, he started from, you see that this is the stage, this is the map of Marco Polo's trade routes, and he has traveled as an entrepreneur across the seas and across the oceans and across the continents. So this is an entrepreneur journey of Marco Polo. The dictionary definition says that it's entrepreneur is a owner or manager of a business on an enterprise who take risk and attempt to make profit. Very simple. It says that you take risk, you make profit, and then you are an entrepreneur. But is it so? Let us look at, much has been written on it, but who claimed to be an entrepreneur and who came to be an enterprise? There is a difference between an entrepreneur and an enterprise. An enterprise is a place where people go, learn, and then try to become an entrepreneur. But an entrepreneur is having innovation since he's intrinsic from inside. He always wants to do new things. He always wants to innovate, whether he is on the job or he is doing the business. So if he is doing his own business, then he is an entrepreneur. Okay? Entrepreneurship is essentially an economic phenomenon. So there is an enterprise, there is an entrepreneur, and there is entrepreneurship. So these three things are correlated like a progression. Once you have to have an enterprise, then if you are an enterprise, you are either working in an enterprise, or if you are an entrepreneur, you set up an enterprise. Once you have set up an enterprise and you are an entrepreneur, then you are involved in an entrepreneurship. You are giving something which is going to add value to the nation, to the world, to the people. So entrepreneurship is essentially an economic phenomenon. You are contributing to the economy of the nation. It involves a nexus of two phenomena: the presence of opportunity, the demand and supply gap. You are filling the demand and supply gap, and the presence of enterprising individuals. So entrepreneurship about opportunity and individuals. It's not just an individual. Its opportunity is also there, and then they together combine and make it an economically benefitable opportunity for the society. Now, historical views from economics. Economics tends to marginalize the entrepreneur. Economics says, no, entrepreneur are risky people, but we have to be calculated people. Some say that, it's a middleman who spots opportunities, skims the market and goes. Shackle says emphasizes only on creativity, but doesn't think about traditionalism. So the market consists of traditional people, traditional mindsets, as well as entrepreneurial mindset, the early adapters, the laggards, the middlemen. There are so many kind of demographics and the lifestyle segmentation when it comes to societal grid, the lifestyle management. But entrepreneurs are always in the early adapter and trying to innovate and creativity. Someone with skills to organize or reallocate resources is also known as an entrepreneur. Excuse me. Now let us see from Adam Smith to others economic theories of entrepreneurship. Adam Smith says an entrepreneurship is all about capitalism. It's a capitalist society. Okay, Frank Knight says is the entrepreneur is a risk taker. He's an uncertain person and he should be avoided. Joseph Schumpeter says in 1942 he is an innovator. Israel Kirzner says he's always alert. Amasa Walker says it's a capitalist. Jeremy Bentham says technological knowledge. Richard says he is a risk taker. Von Thunen says he's a risk taker and innovator. So novel resources with combination is what Alfred Marshall says. So if you look at Adam Smith and Alfred Marshall, these are the two top economists in the historians which we can talk about. So one is talking about capitalism, one is talking about novel resources of a combination of technology and innovation. So there are various views, but in today's view, technology, innovation and creativity is what is driving entrepreneurship. Now, which entrepreneurs can you name? Let us see. How many entrepreneurs do you think can come to your mind? Before naming the entrepreneurs, I have taken one slide that how these entrepreneurs are affecting your lifestyle daily basis. Have you used the computer? If you use the computer, there is an entrepreneur behind it. Who is it? If you are using Microsoft, there is Bill Gates behind it. Have you surfed the web? Yes, if you are using Google, there is a person from Hyderabad who is the CEO of Google. Have you made a phone call? There is Airtel and Jio. There is Ambani family behind the Jio. Have you made a purchase over Flipkart or eBay or PayPal? There is an Indian startup mindset behind it. Have you handheld wireless device? There is Samsung behind it. Have you taken your car for an oil change? There is a Korean technology behind it. Have you taken a budget flight? There is Air India behind it. So Air India, Flipkart, Microsoft, Amazon, Reliance, Google, these are all set up, these are all enterprises which were set up by entrepreneurs, and they always believe in innovation and creating value to the society with purpose, not just profit. Now, example of entrepreneurs are Nike and Reebok, waterproof clothes, Starbucks for coffee, do-it-yourself, DIY products, Home Depot. Staples, it talks about stationery. In Canada and America, if you go, India is not that much, it's not yet there, but if you look at an international market, America and Canada, Staples is one of the best and the best stationery shop. You go there, it's one of the most mesmerizing stationery shop that I have visited across the world, Staples especially. There is Barnes and Nobles in Middle East and other places as well, but Staples is one of the best. When you talk about iPod, you talk, okay, I need Apple. When you talk about news channel, you go to CNN or BBC. When you talk about personal hygiene products, you talk about Body Shop. You talk about any big issue in the media, the first thing comes to you is India Today or Social Entrepreneurship or any big channel, NDTV. Have you donated anything? You talk about the charitable trust. So these are entrepreneurs across various industries who have set up. Now we are going to discuss the why. What is the why? Why do they do? Why they do? Why do they do what they do? Why do they do what they do? So why is there and then what is there? What doesn't come first? Why comes first. So we have to address the why. Now the why is chosen by an entrepreneur. It's about freedom, it's about changing the world, and it's about progress. These are the three things. The why consists of three things. If the entrepreneur is having this mindset, he's addressing the why for the society, not for himself. The society needs freedom from existing products or services to move on to a different level. There is a changing world. Change is the only constant in the world. Everything else is temporary. So in this changing world, the entrepreneur creates their own space with positive difference. The society, what could be more important than creating the jobs? It's not just about you are become an engineer and you find a job. No, you become an engineer, you try to create opportunities for others to follow. So you are becoming an entrepreneur. You might be a PhD, but what is the point if you are just into education? You can create something wonderful that is going to create lot of positivity in the society and more jobs and more productivity and more contribution to the global domestic product, GDP. Okay. Now the next thing, that is progress. What is progress? New business is about upsetting the status quo. It is about leading to progress. I think it is a virtuous mission. What is a virtuous mission? You are talking about addressing a value-based proposition to everyone. It's an ongoing stage. Progress. So why? You have to address the why. Why choose to be an entrepreneur? There are three things that you need to understand. The why consists of these three things, that is freedom, changing the world, and progress. As an entrepreneur, you need freedom. You don't want to do a job. You don't want to be a mediocre person. You are not satisfied with a salary package. You want to have a business, the best way of controlling your destiny. So you define your destiny. That is the first way you address your why. Why have you done your education? Why have you done your PhD? Why have you become a 100% holistic individual after graduating? You are ready to conquer the world, or you want to do a job under someone? If you want to do a job, it's a different thing. But if you want to become an entrepreneur, you are going to have freedom. So that freedom is about controlling your destiny yourself. Secondly, you are out there not just for yourself, but you are going to drive the change in the world. You are going to have changing the world attitude. You are going to give more jobs to the people. You are going to contribute more to the GDP. You are going to make a positive impact on the nation building. You are going to make more positive impact on the innovation mission and the Make in India and the Startup India concept. You are going to help them support you and create value for the nation and its citizens. And what could be more important than creating the jobs? You yourself are creating the jobs rather than working for someone. So that is the wonderful aspect of the why, the second aspect of why in being an entrepreneur. The third and final aspect of the why in why you should become an entrepreneur is thinking about progress. If you are in a job, your progress is limited. But if you become an entrepreneur, you are a risk taker. At the same time, higher the risk, higher the profits. That is an uncertainty principle, but for sure, entrepreneurs are always risk takers. They are always trying to adapt change. They are always trying to look in the future. So this way, the progress is always there in entrepreneurship. You don't become monotonous or stagnant. So these are the three aspects of the why. There is furthermore other options that you have to understand why you should become the entrepreneur. It's a social mobility, it is a creative destruction, it is creating a better future. Okay, social mobility, business is a fantastic way for someone from a modest background to improve their life and go ahead. Today you might be driving a bike, tomorrow you might be driving a Maruti car, day after tomorrow. Today means, I mean to say, this year and 2 years from now, then 5 years from now, then 10 years from now. So you started with a bike, then you went on to have a Maruti car, then you went on to have a Hyundai, then you went on to take a Mercedes Benz, and then you went on to take yourself into 10 Mercedes Benzes. For your whole family, each one is driving a Mercedes Benz. So that is why social mobility is going to be one of the most important aspects in creating entrepreneurship. Then also you are going to have investment options. You can launch better products in different sectors, different companies, different services. So entrepreneur can always be hobnobbing the light. He can be everywhere, trying to be different from the big rush. He will be standing out in the crowd. Finally, he will be creating a better future for himself, for his family, for his friends, for his nation, for his country, and for his citizens of this country. Entrepreneurship is striving for a better future, not just dreaming. So don't dream. Go, stand out in the crowd, fly high, touch the sky. This is what I teach to my student at Lords. Fly high, touch the skies. Aim for the moon, at least you can reach for the stars. That is how the entrepreneurs talk about and dream about, and they are really implementing after waking up from their dream. They are dreaming it 24/7. They are not just dreaming it and coming out of it. They have to implement their entrepreneurship ideas in order to achieve success. There has never been a better time to practice the art and science of entrepreneurship. In today's Industrial Revolution 4.0, this is the time when industrial revolutions are happening. We are moving into the cyberspace. Technology is giving so better platform. IT has become ICT. Earlier it was information and technology. Today we have information and communication technology. So these are the times where engineering students and marketing or business students, MBA students and engineering students can come together and help science, social sciences and engineering, and in fact medical sciences also can join hand in order to work on entrepreneurship ideas. Okay, I would like to give a brief on what are SMEs. SMEs are small and medium sized enterprises, because entrepreneurship, again as I said, is all about entrepreneur, enterprise together come and make entrepreneurship. So medium size is less than 250, small is less than 50, and micro enterprises are less than 10. And their turnover and balance sheet is relevant international level, but at our level also in India there is small as MSME, and you can go and search MSME India, Startup India, Make in India. They are all giving support. SMEs play an important role in innovation. SMEs contribute to international competition. SMEs create jobs. SMEs contribute economic growth. So these are small and medium enterprises. What explains this growth? Because there is a structural shift in manufacturing, there is growth in personal and flexible tailor-made services, restructuring the large firms into small and cluster-based firms, focus on core activities and forget the non-core activities, business outsourcing, technological change. These are all the factors, long tail, the great equalizer. These are all the factors that we are talking about entrepreneurship when an entrepreneur is in his life cycle of doing business. Growth is for sure guaranteed. When we create entrepreneurs, we are creating opportunities. There is availability of venture capitalists, there is support, there is advice, there is education, and there are so many things in different sectors. So as an entrepreneur, you have to understand what sector are you going to go into it. Are you going to go into services sector, or are you going to go into product sector? So once you decide the sector, you are done and you are ready to wrap it up and jump ahead and start the entrepreneurship journey of your life. Now, why is addressed. In the previous slides, I have addressed the why. Now, let us discuss about how. Once why is done, we're talking about how. How do they do it? This is how they do it. I'm using the Timmons Model as an example. This is one of the good model of entrepreneurship. The founder has a team, there is uncertainty, there is capital market, okay? Then there are resources and there is an opportunity. The business plan, the fits and gaps. So you are basically, as an entrepreneur, you are addressing the pain points of a society. Remember, you are not addressing the pain point that you like. You have to address the pain point of a society. There should be no ambiguity, there should be creativity. When you are sure only, move forward. If you are not sure, you don't go. The exogenous factors of entrepreneurship is leadership. You have to have a very good leadership trait. You have to have a team that works with you. The founder is not the only person. The team is what makes you successful. Remember, one person cannot take the whole success to his name. It is the team that takes the success, gives the name to the company or an enterprise. So entrepreneurship model, a Timmons model, and then there is communication, which is playing the key role. Communication plays a very key role in entrepreneurship. So if you are not a good communicator, you should have a good communication strategy with the person or your team member that will help you grow in terms of business growth. According to Timmons and Spinelli, opportunity, lead entrepreneur, resource parsimony, fit and balance, integrated and holistic and sustainable. These are the needs of an enterprise. The paradoxes of one's, of course, everyone has a paradox, and entrepreneurship also has a paradox. On one hand, it requires thoughts preparation to make money, it's an opportunity, it helps you build wealth, and it helps you succeed. But at times, on the other hand, at times, not every time, at times you experience failure. You believe that, oh, it has taken away my profits, it has taken away my investments, and I have lost the money. This might happen. So risk is certainly there in entrepreneurship. If there is no risk, there is no profit. Sometimes you lose money, and many a times you make money. So if your idea is good, then you do the research and do the whole basic groundwork and the legwork in order to start the business. Until and unless, don't do that. So try to be a little bit cautious when you are entering into an entrepreneurship mindset. You have to look at the positive and the negatives as well. And this is the customer. You have to first define your customer. You have to have a customer related understand who is going to be your customer. Is it going to be male, female, kid, father, grandfather, mother, grandmother? These are different demographics that you are going to target. Are you going to plan to target, or it is unplanned? If it is unplanned, don't do it. Plan it out, demographics, psychographic, geographic. So if it comes to segmentation, especially in business, you have to have your segmentation of your customers. The entrepreneurial process, opportunity, discovery and exploitation. Of course, we are going to exploit the market in order to make money, because there is a gap, there is a need and supply gap, and we are going to address that need and supply gap. That is where opportunity, discovery and exploitation process. There is an individual, there is an environment, and there is the firm in the funnel. If you look at the funnel diagram, in that funnel diagram, you can see how we are going to have an entrepreneurial process delivered. Okay. So, ideas is equal to opportunities. Problems are also opportunities, because problem, if it is addressed, you make money. So if there is a problem, you find out a solution to it, then you are a successful entrepreneur. Okay? In reality, an idea is only an opportunity when it adds value to a customer. Add value to a customer. Solve a problem. Make some money. Don't try to make money and become rich overnight. Make some money and make it a good fit. It should be a good fit in the market. It's a win-win situation. The consumer should like it, the company should make profit, and it should be sustainable. It should not just be, solving your greed and your hunger. It should solve both the sides, the customer side and the manufacturer or the producer sides. And solving the points of pain, as I said, the pain points are very important. You have to find out the pain points and efficiently and effectively solve the pain points. So ideas start with solving with problems. Okay, any problems are big opportunities. So remember, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to define a problem. Once you define a problem, you find out an opportunity. If there is no problem, then there is no opportunity. If there is no opportunity, there is no entrepreneurship, no reason for you to become an entrepreneur. As once upon a time, Vinod Khosla, from Sun Microsystems, he said, no one pays you to solve a non-existing problem. You are getting paid because there is a problem. and if you are in that particular domain, you have to solve that problem. That is why you are going to get paid. Whether you are in a job or you are an entrepreneur, you are getting paid to solve a problem. So remember, entrepreneurship is directly related with problem solving. What is your opportunity for the pizza business? I am just taking as an example. Okay, look at the problem in the pizza business. What are the problems when you see as a pizza business? Pizza arrives late, it's a problem. Pizza becomes cold, it's a problem. On the phone, it takes too long to take a call sometimes, that is a problem. Order taking is right or wrong, incomprehensible, that is a problem. Pizza tastes of the packaging are different. Some packaging makes the pizza taste good, some packaging makes the pizza taste bad. Why? Because when there is moisture in the pizza becomes wet. So there are pizza boxes which allow the air to go in and go out by making some holes in it. That is what the customer's point of pain, we call it. On the left side, if you see in this image, there is a customer pain points. As an owner, what are your challenges? Okay, so you are going to have a different kinds of challenges, but those challenges are what you are going to address. Location is bad, rent is high, would you go into it? There is bad management, people are not managing well, so you have to address the management problem. Labor is expensive and unreliable, there is a problem that you have to address. So this is difficult to schedule baking and deliveries, you have to address this problem to be time bound. Packaging is made with low quality paper or bad quality paper, so you have to change the packaging. So this is how an entrepreneur listens to a customer's points of pain and addresses by taking the challenge. If you don't take the challenge, you cannot become an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is a challenger and he is a risk taker. Okay, now location of a business, what products. Now we talked about why, we talked about how, and we are now talking about what and how in this particular one. Who and where. Again, all my discussions for the life depend upon 4 words: who, what, why, where and when. And then you talk about the how. Majority of the people talk about how first, then they discuss the what, where, finally they come to why. But the biggest company, Apple, which we discussed earlier, which thinks different, addresses the why first. There's a particular management guru called Simon Sinek. He has given a golden triangle, and this particular one, golden circle. He has given a golden circle. So I have derived something based on the principle of golden circle only, where you discuss the why first, then you talk about who, what, where and how. In this particular one, there is locating a business idea. If you have an idea, let us talk about what, how, who and where. Okay, platforms, solutions, products, they all come under what and who. Who and how process, customer experience, revenue model. How and where process, value chain and logistics and supply chain. Where and what product, networking and R&D. In the center, that is incremental, is the why. All these 4 together come together, it is substantial, it is radical, and that is why in entrepreneurship. Okay, now you look at this. You look at examples of this. IKEA, the same slide I have taken with some example. Infosys, Yahoo, Dell. These are all the products and services, companies, enterprises which are searching for a business opportunity in a 360-degree space. So they have delivered and they are always focused on their customers. The best example is IKEA, who is customer focused. Now, locating business ideas, you have to think about this particular elements. Products, create entirely new products or create products which add value. Solution, if you are in services business, solve end-to-end problem. Customers, find new consumers. Find out unmet needs. What are the needs of the customer? Give wow consumer experience, wow end user experience. Define a revenue model. Find out the processes and define the value chain. Where is the value chain? Where is the flow going from? You have to find out. Then there is logistics and supply chain you have to arrange. Then which channels are going to market? 0 level, 1 level, 2 level, 3 level. Manufacturer to the consumer, manufacturer to the wholesaler, retailer and consumer, manufacturer to the wholesaler, retailer, agent, then you are going to go to the consumer. This is what you have to decide. Then always keep on innovation. You have to have an R&D team with you. Currently I am working exactly for the sake of R&D, because we have an R&D team in Lord's Institute of Engineering and Technology, which is very closely working with entrepreneurship cell and technology and business innovation. We all are working together on different industries and ensuring that entrepreneurship cells get the best in class in the group of institutions that exist in Hyderabad. Thanks for watching at Lord's Institute of Engineering and Technology. This is Noman Abdul Majid signing off by saying bye-bye. Thank you.